How come I've got 5 likes? Anyway. Welcome, friends. How are you? What's happening? Welcome, Saab Replay, Andy from Berkeley. I hope you're well, mate. I appreciate all your comments and all the nice things you say. Ryan D, what the fuck? What the duck? Christ. Start the ducking stream already, for duck's sake. Lol. For duck's sake. May the duck be with you. Jediminas Contrimas. Welcome, sir. Great name. Ooh. I know what I'll do. I'll put some bubbles on. I know some people aren't keen on the bubbles, but I did run a poll, and the poll spoke pretty certainly in favor of the bubbles. So apologies to those who don't care for the bubbles, but that's democracy. Wow. Well, I have just been talking to a mate for about an hour. Unexpectedly, to the point where her boyfriend rang her and was like, "Are you okay? I was expecting you home." And she was like, "Yes, I'm just talking to Rich Mitch." Can you believe I sat and talked to someone for an hour without talking about perfume? I tried to sneak it in a couple of times, but it wasn't happening. Also, where is Eugene? Who knows? He's been missing today. Not seriously missing, it's just his phone hasn't been on. I tried to message him and Galen and Thomas, and Eugene's phone hasn't been accepting messages or anything like that. So I hope he hasn't dropped it down the toilet. His phone, that is. Pray for Eugene. That's right, Josiah Sanchez. How do I Josiah write his name? Is that lit? Like, no, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm tripping, as the Americans say. How are we, everyone? Yes, that's right, Ryan. Everybody tell us your scent of the day. Ryan's scent of the day is oud wood, which is ironic because I haven't got a bottle of that, so I oud wouldn't. I apologize for that. You didn't need to hear that. Excuse me. Not whilst I hydrate, just whilst I get up. Friends, I had a steak for my tea. It was a good day. Cooked it in some butter made from that contains olive oil, which is I usually use sunflower oil for cooking the steak, but today I used this Bertolli butter olive oil spread thing. Marvelous. Fucking marvelous, I can tell you. And just to piss you all off, I am going to spray the fragrance that Eugene sent me. Hey, Le Douleur Exquis. I won't be talking about it, but know that I have it on my hand. Oh, shit, the bed. Calm down. It's just Millesime Imperial, don't worry. Just a creed. Excuse me whilst I cough. What do I have here? I need to reapply my fragrance. Yes, today I wore Geranium Pour Monsieur. This is absolutely fucking brilliant for the heat. Any kind of warmth whatsoever, Geranium Pour Monsieur is your friend. I beg your pardon. I think it's got a slightly like aniseed sort of vibe just at the very top when you first spray it on. You know how like aniseed sweets are like they've got just a slightly minty kind of vibe. It's got that. I don't know if it's got aniseed in it, but I'm definitely reminded of it when I first spray it on. Woof. That was quite nice. I do have my hydration here. I'm just topping up the hydration. I've drank a lot of hydration today. Thursday night is the night I take that fucking methotrexate. And I was speaking to the doctor yesterday and I was like, Christ, it's making us feel sick. Which it is. Just in like the day or so after I have it. And she was like, what I can do is I can give you something called, brace yourselves, what are you called? Ondansetron, which is an antiemetic, which is like an anti-nausea drug that they give people to stop them feeling sick. And like cancer patients to stop them feeling sick. Or it's drug-induced, the way she put it, it's like, this is what we give people for drug-induced nausea. And I was like, all right. She was like, take it a couple hours before you have your medication. And you should feel a bit better. I took it 2 hours before I had my medication. I did not have one speck of nausea. I am delighted. Medical science, one of humankind's great achievements. What a time to be alive. Just think next time you're miserable, right? How shit it must have been being alive 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago. Even longer. It's great. It's great. At the minute, life is decent. Anyway, I'm ignoring the chat, and that's not what I'm about. Josiah Sanchez with the trusty dog. Scent of the day, Dior on black stem. Good stuff. Good stuff. Is it not a little bit warm? I don't know what your weather conditions are. I'm all about linking the weather to the perfume. But I love that stuff. All except summer for me, Dior on black stem. The irisy one. It's bloody great, like. Dropped it in the ice cream tub, probably. Are you talking about Eugene's phone? Rudy says, I saw Eugene on a milk carton. Yes, we don't do that over here, but it would be interesting if we did. I don't know if it would affect milk sales. I don't know. Don't apologize. Great pun. Ooh, some puns aren't great. I won't lie to you. Some of my puns are absolutely yikes. But anyway, scent of the day, Narciso Rodriguez for him. EDT, good sauce. Very good sauce. It was a cold grey day here today. It was warm and grey today. Not ideal. Not ideal. But I wore Geranium Pour Monsieur anyway. It's fantastic. I just want that new Bois d'Argent reform. I need to smell all three of them first. I just hope that they don't try and push it too hard when I'm in there, because the new, I was telling you about the Harrods Beauty sort of department, H Beauty, and yeah, they give it the hard sale in there. Pretty strong to come on, to be honest with you. I just want to be left alone to smell, you know. I should wear one of those, do you know those vests that are put on like certain, like you know, like rescue dogs. And like some of them have been like, they've had horrible lives. So they put like a bib on them that says like nervous, or like, like all that kind of different sort of thing about like telling people not to just like walk up to the dog and start touching it or it's going to bite them, you know. Through no fault of the dogs, to be fair. I should get one of those bibs that just says "fuck off." Oh dear. I'm here. We are here, says Bri. Bri, you certainly are here, and thank God. Good man, says Josiah. Scent of the day, d'entre bras. You know, I don't really know what that smells like. Not off the top of my head. I've probably got a sample. You're probably getting the cloves, says Rudy. How about the geranium pour monsieur? I probably am getting the cloves. I didn't know there was cloves in it, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Rudy's like an encyclopedia. I like the way he goes about his business. Very thorough. It's good stuff. Zofran. Is that what you call Zofran? Is that what you call the... God almighty, I'll have to look it up again. Is that what you call that over there? On Dancitron. You take that all the time? Wow. Apparently that's a powerful antiemetic. They give it to cancer patients over here. So I thought, fucking hell, it must be heavy duty like. But I only took one tablet. You're supposed to take two. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. You're supposed to take two 12 hours apart. So you take one, and then 12 hours later you take another one. And apparently that's meant to really help you with the sickness. Mitch, what do you think of Dior Homme Parfum and Dior Homme Eau? So I'm not familiar with Dior Homme Eau, but Dior Homme Parfum, it's a bit thick. I'm not sure how I feel about the leather note in it. I've got my bottle and hardly worn it. I reckon I'll have that perfume forever. It's not one that I'm like going to go through. It's not like L'Instant de Guerlain or EDP. Put my teeth in. I wear that shit like a fucking glove or a sock, you know. I wear that quite often. Well, I mean, I wear socks every day. But L'Instant de Guerlain, I really love that shit. I'm halfway through me 50ml. I really like them Listerine bottles, you know. Like, I imagine everybody was really pissed off when they changed everything and put them all into them Listerine bottles, but they're good in the hand, they're easy to spray, they're quite, I want to say masculine, but you know what I mean? They're quite strong, they feel strong in the hand, you know? They're good stuff. But I like the parfum, but I don't love it. I won't lie to you. Hola, germs. Scent of the day, Xenia Roman Wood. Never heard of that. But hola to you as well. I've been thinking about selling my DHP. You should get a fucking good price for that, you know. Especially if it's the 75ml one. I take them before I spray before I spray nab at this fragrances. I don't know how that brand is doing. I'm not like, I don't hope that it goes under or anything like that, you know what I mean? But apparently they're not great, like. Bryce says, love the fresh creamy sandalwood in the base of Geranium Pour Monsieur. Can you hook it up with the perks, Rich? I'll pay you in perfume. If you're asking me if I will sell you crazy things, I shall not, even if you want to pay me in perfume. Because you'd have to prize them out me cold dead hands. I need these things. It is warm, but was just calling to make the day. Yeah, some days you wake up and you're like, yeah. And you need you need to wear a certain perfume on a certain day. Music for a While is my scent today. That's a good fragrance. I've been wanting to wear that, but it is thick for the summer, isn't it? Great choice, says Josiah. It is a great choice. It's a bloody good perfume, that. Scent of the day, out with a Palmer Fico di Amalfi, Dumb Reach in hot weather. Couldn't agree more. Great stuff, you know. Duck, chat, welcome Rudy. Scent of the day, Trussardi Uomo, thick. Speaking of thickness, that is a big, thick, like tarry black leather on me. I've got to be honest, I'm not massive on the Trussardi Uomo. Like, I don't like there's like a blackness to it, you know? Like a real sort of like tarry black. And like, I'm not against tar. I've got some both at London's, but it's very tarry, like that kind of number. Dior Dickens raised the price again in about 6 months. Yeah, dickheads. It's the price of those, like if it's 340, 50 quid for fucking those 3 perfume, I'm not buying them. That's bonkers shit, that, mind. Scent of the day was Ambra Supreme. I wore that this week. A bloody great fragrance, that. Like the best aquatic ever made, possibly, maybe. It doesn't have much competition. Let's not take the piss. Pradeep says, no, he doesn't. I've already read that. You wouldn't like D'Entre Bras, Rich, says Bry. A lot of people seem to say stuff like that to us because, like, they know me sort of me hates and me loves and stuff like that. Josiah says it's pretty common anti-nausea prescribed in these parts. So a lot of nausea in your parts. I think it's different in the UK than it is in the US. Different healthcare systems. Like in the UK, if they can get away with not giving you anything, then they're not going to give you. You know what I mean? It's based on need. You know, do you need this drug? Do you really need this drug? Do you really need? It's like trying to pull teeth, trying to get trying to get drugs at the minute. Like not even at the minute, just on the NHS because it's to do with like the principles of the thing and that, you know, like it's a long story, put it like that, but it's harder to get like it's harder to get drugs on the NHS than it is to get them where private healthcare is like where rules, do you know what I mean? Because it just is. Good in the hand t-shirt, says Floral Note. Are you good in the hand, Floral Note? Or a mug? Could list some merch. Afternoon all. Afternoon, evening. Micah. Scent of the day, Bois Imperial by Essential Parfums. I've not heard of that. Oh, I've got a couple of little purchases to tell you about. Lol, says Bry. Bry says, hate that one, Micah, but nice. I hate that one, but nice. MJ says, scent of the day, Fleuve Tendre. Le Liquid Imaginaires. I've heard about that brand. And welcome, MJ. I've heard about that brand. Apparently they're not bad. Lily says, in the US, we advertise drugs. So you can say to your doctor, maybe I could try this. So in this country, you can always look up drugs and like you can do research and everything about that. But like, it's one of the reasons we don't have a massive opioid crisis is because like the doctors just don't hand them out if they can help it. Like, that said, I was on Oromorph for about 2 or 3 years, like, which is like liquid morphine. I was on codeine as well, which are both I do realize what I'm saying here. I've just told you that they don't prescribe them if they can help it, but it just like shows you like where I was like. Yeah, it was there's been like a I don't want to say an edict, but there's been like a slight campaign through the doctors to like not prescribe. Like it's much harder now to get prescribed stuff like codeine and like oromorph or morphine and stuff like that now because like they've clamped right down on it. Which is fair enough. I mean, you don't want to be getting addicted to that shit if you can help it. Same with antibiotics and stuff like that. Like they used to prescribe fucking antibiotics for fucking all sorts. I never knew this. I found out the other day and I was like, what? Do you know boats? Like sailing boats, you know how they get scum and stuff like that on it, and like stuff grows on the side of boats. Do you know they wash the boats down with antibiotic stuff to get rid of all the fucking like germs and stuff on the boats and that, like the outside, the hull of the ship. Like they'll use like antibiotic, like not cream, but like sprays and stuff like that when they're washing them down. It's fucking batshit. I was like, that's the most ridiculous thing. Use a power washer like the rest of it. You're trying to clean your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? The fuck out of here. Bonkers. Yeah, powder bomb and violet is the big factors of D'Entre Bras, says Bry. Ooh. Hello, Lily, says Rudy. Josiah says, we are one of 2 countries in the world where pharmaceuticals are legal to be advertised in public. Jesus Christ. Who's the other? It's fairly fucking bonkers, like. Never been called that before, says Rudy. Lily says the advertisements, I beg your pardon, are proper commercials played during television programs. Jesus. For me, I get them as YouTube ads. That's so American. No offense, but bloody hell. Outrageous, says Spy and Mash. Welcome, Spy and Mash. How are you? I've been talking to Spy and Mash today already. We talk every day. It's a good source. I just like how their like side effects include just about everything in their disclaimers. Christ. Cowboy Crunchies. Evening all. Evening, Cowboy. Scent of the Day, Nautica Voyage. A classic. A classic. Not personally my thing, but a classic's a classic's a classic, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Let's not deny the truth here. There's a good boat washing tip. I'm going to try that next time. You do spend a lot of time on a boat, Galen. And have you heard from Eugene? His phone's been off. It's very out of character. It's very strange. I wasn't expecting it. But don't wash your boat. You just get a power washer like everyone else on cars. Get like the Karcher. I don't know if you have Karchers in America, do you? The German things. It's fucking brilliant. I've got one, but it's like specially designed for the patio. You can't use them on the car. It'll strip the paint off. But absolutely love using it. There's something particularly, satisfying about using a pressure washer. It's, yeah. I like that stuff. Hillary is here. Welcome, Hills. Hey, you all. Monsieur Duck tips hat. If I had a hat, I'd tip it. You don't know that I don't, though, do you? So hat tip to you as well. Hi, Afonso. Waves at you. Rudy says America takes over 50% of all the world's prescription drugs. We are heavily medicated and it shows. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? You know? It's that thing about freedom and choice in it, you know? Like, you can have all the freedom in the world, but it's like, is it the right freedom? Is there a right kind of freedom? Is there a wrong kind of freedom? It's philosophical questions. Yes, we all want to be like free to do what we want, but at the same time, like, should you be free to hurt yourself? It's a funny one. I like having oversight from the doctor. My theory was always like, this is a personal thing. My theory was always like, you know, when it comes to health, like I go and see the doctor and basically like 99 times out of 100 do what the doctor tells you. Like, you know, like that's their fucking job, innit? You know? Like it's not as if they go to medical school for 7 years to just like fucking get pissed and like fucking act like dickheads, is it? You know what I mean? These are highly qualified people. Like I don't tell them how to fucking do medical shit. If they want to know about perfume, I'm the man. But if I want to know, like, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to go there and start telling them what's what about fucking health. So basically, if the doctor says, stop doing this, it's like, yeah, I'll probably stop doing that then. Hills and Galen. Hills says floral notes. Bobo. Bob is here. Welcome, Bob. Where is Bob? Yeah, Five Guys Burgermeister. Happy Friday. Welcome, Bob. No, it really is disgusting. Rudy, chat. Greetings and salutations, says Galen. Hillary is saying hello to Rudy, Lily, and Galen. Alan Hansen, nice to be here today. Nice to have you, Alan Hansen. I always look forward to your little green avatar coming up with a big A. Hope all are well. Hope you are well. Did you finally get over the hoo-jar? Are you back to full? Are you back to full fitness? A to Z says I interned as a trainee pharmacist at a local health board. Just because a drug is in the national formulary doesn't mean it will be prescribed. Various factors will be taken into consideration. Yes. Excuse me. Lily says, a lot of attractive young ladies will get recruited right out of high school as pharmaceutical sales reps. Yikes. These vary between different local health boards. Yes. Cowboy Crunchy says, Rich, what are you doing in an evening like this? Weather is amazing for the UK, lol. It's not as... so it was grey earlier. I thought it was going to start raining. But it was humid and hot. It's cleared. It's cleared quite nicely. Now, there's a good breeze in the air. There is a few clouds, but they're moving quickly and they're just little wispy things. Yeah. It's nice, but I don't really... I beg your pardon, sorry. I'm not really, like, going out at the minute. Health is a bit wank. Spaced Out says Armani Prive could be in my top 3 exclusive lines. They've got some good stuff. It's very quiet. Like people don't talk about the Armani sort of thing very often, do they? Like it's very goes under the radar. Bois d'Anson, I have not seen that around anywhere for ages. I was considering buying it, but I got Camel instead. I think Camel might be a little bit less sort of aggressive. If you want an extremely aggressive incense perfume, get Incense Extreme by Tower. Although that's one of the ones that's just gone up like 30 or 40%. So that's not ideal, is it? You know, it's a bit of a kick in the tits, really, if I'm being honest. Make sure you get all those hose off the boat before you clean it, Duck. That's right. Well, you could use the power washer on them, couldn't you? Get the hose off. Eugene's probably out in the woods shitting with Joey. Yeah, he probably is, to be fair. Omar, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while. How you doing? Hello, Rich Mitch. Scent of the day, girl on Chamad for ladies. Ooh, nice. Do you know, I wore Chamad last week, and I actually quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. Like, I put it on, and I was like, oh, no. And then I got, like, sort of a Fahrenheit-y vibe from it, because it's, like, violet and leather, you know? So that is Fahrenheit-y. Fahrenheit-ish? Fahrenheit? No. I quite enjoyed it, though. It was nice. Hi, anyone can help, please, says Afonso. We'll try. The Serge Lutton Chergui current still good? Thanks. I think I've smelled it once. Not as good as the old one, but still, generally it's a good little, like, it's a DNA, like, but I don't think it's executed as well these days. Got a haul coming from Christo, says Bry. B is in there. Oh, B's fucking tremendous. I might wear B tomorrow. Alan Hansen says, I am finally returned to my baseline of mostly good health. Thank you for asking. I am glad to hear it. Bob says, Afonso, the current Chergui is at least very good. Love it, and so do all around me who smell it. Maybe the OG is a bit greater, I don't know. I would probably go along with that, like. The latest one, it's like, generally it's a sound perfume, so you can't knock it, like. It's good stuff. Rudy says, I want to trust doctors, but many doctors are to blame for the painkiller opioid epidemic in America, helped by the government. Those people have now passed away in jail or homeless in California. Yes. It's because do they get kickbacks? You know, like the doctors, if they sell like certain stuff, do they get like fucking like a cut of the profits, I beg your pardon. Oh, I imagine they do. Or maybe if they're like linked to like certain groups and stuff. I know what you're saying. That's one of the good things about this country is that it's like a national. I know that like there's a whole thing about nationalized versus privatized and stuff, but like in this country, like the doctors, they're not like they're paid and they're not on like commission for anything, you know. Sometimes it feels when I hear about like certain privatized healthcare systems, that like the German one's like an insurance based system and stuff, and like I hear about it and it's like, well, like, are they just giving you this shit because they're getting fucking money for it, you know? Do I actually need this shit? That's what I like about it. Like, there's no amount of money in the world that you could give the doctor to fucking prescribe you a certain chemical if you didn't need it, you know? Sorry, I've just dropped a complete bollock here. I'll fucking... Oh, there we are. Sorry, I'm just trying to feng shui something in my bedroom. That's better. Excusez-moi whilst I hydration. Homeless in Seattle. Scent of the day is Oud 07 by Swiss Arabian. An oddly dirty rose scent accompanied by a soft chocolate note and a pinch of oud. I do like chocolate and oud, you know. Ramsey got us to buy Oud Maximus, and I also bought Oud Monarch at the same time. Chocolate and oud goes well, I think. I'm a big fan. Antonio Hobson, sorry. Anthony Hopkins, Antonio Hobson. Sorry, late for class. Centre of the day, Panthea Iris, Stefan Humbert Lucas. Stefan Humbert Lucas. Whenever I hear like that brand name, I think of do you know Ramtin Vedati? RVM Vedati on YouTube. He reviews loads of the Stefan Humbert Lucas. Stefan Humbert Lucas, as he pronounces it. But don't talk about it because they don't give a fuck. They don't give out free bottles of them. That's a good point. That's a very good point. That said, I'm going to come on to this about Eugene sending us a free bottle after everything I've said about free bottles. I'm going to make a little video just to like clear shit up because a couple of people left a comment on that community post I posted with the picture of his fragrance. Dino Baggio says, been watching Drakdoc's recent videos. It's interesting to see what he wants to keep and let go. Absolutely tragic what happened to him, you know. Absolutely rotten. That said, and this is just me, and it's not his fault what happened to him, and I'm not saying this is like, but if it was me, I'd have taken me perfumes like on a separate trip. Do you know what I mean? But he's moved from like the top of America to the bottom, you know, like he's moved from like New York in the north to like Florida in the south. It's a long way, you know. You're not driving that fucking distance like more than once if you can help it, you know. But for anybody who doesn't know, a lot of like a box full of his like favorite perfumes got lost in transit. So that was a kick in the tits for him. I felt that one when he said that. I was like, oh no. So he's been replenishing his collection. It's interesting, as Dino says, it's interesting to see which ones he's getting. Thanks, Mitch. No problem, Afonso. Bob says to Spaced Out, nice. My Armani Privé counter was ripped from under me as they never reopened our duty-free shop. Sucks. Dino says, has anyone tried the Mugler high-end line? Is it any good? Apparently they've discontinued all of them and just took them away. All gone. All gone. L'Oreal completely ditched them. I don't even think they sell Amen anymore, which is criminal. But there we are. A to Z says GPs in the UK are business people. They hide the till, but it's there. I understand what you're saying. These is there's definitely an aspect of like privatization, like the market sort of playing a role in but I think what they do is that they get it's a different setup. I do understand what you're saying, A to Z, though. There is definitely like an aspect of that at the minute, like. Hold on, I'm getting a bit behind the eight ball. Yeah, they did. Says Rudy. JJ is here. Welcome, JJ. Watching these bubbles is so relaxing. Now, the bubbles are there if you would like something to watch. I like to consider the live stream as like a radio type broadcast, you know, where people can like leave chat and stuff like that. Excuse me, and a lot of hydration. Oof. Oh no, I've run out of hydration in the bottle. Excuse me whilst I sort this out. 2 moments, please. Entertain yourselves. Sorry, friends. Sorry about that. I have returned. My mum's got the women's football on downstairs. She is watching the Euros. So, where were we? Cowboy Crunchies has said, regarding Shergy, excuse me whilst I hydrate, try to get a bottle with the smaller label. Yeah, the old bottles. The older bottles were so elegant. So nice. The designers, the new designs, it's not great. The current version with those big ugly labels is reformulated, like a new font. I never thought I could be so offended by a font. Apart from Comic Sans. There are differences between old and new. There are differences. I don't know how great they are, but there are differences. Hello, Adam D. JJ says hello to two friends. Bryce says, what do you think of Lumiere Noir, Rich? I really like it, but I wore it on the worst possible day. It was fucking boiling. I had no idea. Oh, God. What I should have done is worn Geranium Pour Monsieur yesterday and then wore Lumiere Noir. Maybe today. Maybe it's more of a spring and autumn fragrance. I'm not sure it's up for the high heat, like. Good Lord. It's lovely though, and it is discontinued, which is a shame, really. It's a rose patchouli fragrance. For some reason, I thought it was a lot lighter than what it was, but it's deceptively thick. JJ says, I noticed no difference in scent between classic Serge Luton label and black label Shergy. Just apart from the presentation. I was shook when I saw that for the first time. I was like, oh no, no. Why? Love Lumiere says, do you know Baggio gutted it's discontinued? Yes. Ah, Rizard. Welcome, sir. How are you? JJ says, it is argued that one must go back to the Palais Royal labels for the best. But I don't recall a huge difference from back then either. Shrug. I love that little shrug guy. He's just like, meh. I want a bottle of Absolute Pour Le Matin. Outrageous. The counterpart of Paul Le Soir. I did not know that. Are you going to talk about Eugene's bottle? No. Sorry, Bob. I'm not. I can't, right? And somebody made this point, and they're right, and it's a very legitimate point to make, and they are correct. There is absolutely no way I can go on record about Eugene's bottle, which he sent to me for free, after all the shit I have talked about people who receive free bottles and go on to review them. Very specific circumstances in which I received this. Being with Eugene throughout the whole thing, most of the journey with his brand and stuff like that, and talked to him, counseled him, and I'm not taking any credit for it. I'm just saying I did come up with the name for the first one, Le Douleur Exquise. But it's Eugene's creation. You will have to smell them yourselves, I am afraid. It is absolutely not right or fair or fucking, I would become a massive fucking hypocrite if I was to turn around and start fucking talking about Eugene's perfumes after all the shit I've said about people who get free bottles for review and come out with these crappy fucking things. But needless to say, if I thought it was shite, I would say it was shite, but I'm not even going to touch it. Like, I won't be, someone used the word recuse. I should recuse myself from it. And they're right. I am. I'm sorry, but I will not be talking about Eugene's perfumes. I would highly recommend that you try them yourselves. Oh dear. Ooh, that's something else. I'll come on to it after. I'm well behind in the chat, but I'll come on to it. I've bought a couple of things this week. Where am I? Rich, did you get something from Eugene? I did get something from Eugene. I got his first perfume, La Dolor Exquis. Alfonso, JJ, are you talking about Serge Lutens Chergui? He certainly is. And so he says, yes. Germ says, I have both vintage and current labels of Chergui, and the only difference to my nose is the hay note is slightly more present in the old, but both are extremely similar. Cowboy Crunchy says, JJ, not in the current version, but I did think there's difference. I've tried both side by side. I absolutely hate the labels on those new bottles, though. Marketing really fucked up, in my opinion. Do you know, for me, it's the label after the old labels, and it's like nobody likes change, you know? Well, some people like change, I suppose, but like, I don't. And when I saw the new labels and I felt the new bottles, I was like, oh, Serge Lutens dead. Those older bottles, those 50ml older bottles, were just so nice. So nice. You know? Maybe somebody discovering Serge Lutens for the first time today will look at the new bottles and be like, these are great. I fucking love them. I love the label. I love the style. I love the perfumes, everything. And then one day they might look back at the vintage style and say, oh, that's ugly and old-fashioned and like sterile and I don't like it. It's not modern. It's old-fashioned, and that's just how it is. I do think first impressions with a fragrance, not necessarily the first time you smell it, but the first few times you smell it can be massive, you know, because once it sinks into your memory, that's the perfume, you know, and then you can find out more and more and more and more and more about it. But those first few times you smell it really leave a lasting impression. Rudy says, as long as you're transparent, it's fine. In my opinion, 3 bottles should be reviewed by not giving an opinion on the scent. Just explain the smell and don't tell people if you like it or not. That's perfectly legitimate. As well, this is just the path I have chosen to take, and I did tell Eugene this a while ago as well, so we cleared that up straight away. Yeah, but he did send an extra bottle for me to send samples out to the UK people. So as soon as he actually launches his brand, he will tell me that it is good to go, and I'll be able to send the UK friends some samples. There's already a growing list. JJ says, I first smelled Chergui back in 2007-8. And when I smelled the most recent bottles, I wondered if my memory served me correctly, but I still felt the newer ones were lovely. I imagine it's still a lovely scent, especially when you compare it to everything else that's like out on the market at the minute, which is just going to be fairly dross. You know, there's a lot of shit out there at the minute, in niche and designer world. You know, I imagine Chergui would stand up against anything that's like out there at the minute, you know. Very original. Tobacco iris, and hey, Chergui's massively iris on me. Massively iris. My God, I'm so far behind. Thanks, JJ, says Afonso. Yeah, not alone. The new labeling and design is quite disappointing, says JJ. Yeah, that font makes my eyes roll. Gladly they retained the cautious labels and presentation. Wow, Duck and Rudy, are you hearing this Chergui analysis? JJ and Germs? I said Duck. Rudy says, I had both. After I bought an old bottle, I sold the new one. Both are close, extremely close, but the older bottle felt thicker and richer. Eugene, what's wrong with your phone? I had both. Oh, sorry, I've read that. Bob says, wore my Chergui 2 days ago. My friend commented twice on how good it smelled. 2 blasts. I think the new sprayers might be quite good. That could be due to age since the bottles are screw tops, says Lily. Could be due to age, says Rudy, but the juice colour is different as well. The differences are like 1%. Either one is great, but if you find a smaller label for a good price, get it. Yeah, I started hoovering them up ages ago. I just like the bottles. Like, I've got like 17 or 18 Seriously Ton fragrances. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Plus backups. I can't be without it. So Ambra Sultan, if I see one of those on the market, I just buy it, like the older ones. It's my gateway fragrance. Eugene, where have you been? Your phone hasn't, like, I've sent you messages today and they haven't gone through to you. Rudy says, if you have a larger label, then don't worry, wear it and enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. I smelled Aqua de Gio ADP for the first time last night. Utter crime, that release, says Ryan. Just sad, indistinguishable from the uncreative Drock being released today. Yeah. Lily, have you said this before? Naomi Goodser bottles are reminiscent of Serge Lutens. They are, you're right. Hey, Rich Chat. Hello, Interference. Eugene, hi, says Rizard. Floral notes could definitely be a factor, says Cowboy Crunchies. JJ says, agreed with Rudy. Don't lose sleep over it. As an as a Serge Lutens friend, I can tell you it's not worth the marginal difference. The price difference is disproportionately more than the quality difference, if that makes sense. So the additional prices for the older bottles aren't worth, they're not proportional to the differences in scent. You know, they're just plain unfair, fear of missing out, FOMO. How long before Creed turns up in boots? That's right, A to Z. It'll not be long. I swear on my life this is true. I sent this to Thomas Galen and Eugene. I found a bottle of Cologne Blanche, a vintage bottle of Cologne Blanche at Walmart in America. The Eau de Cologne. Don't know if it's still there. It was an 8.5 ounce bottle as well. You know, I think it was I think that's $4.50, or is it more than that? It could be $2.50 to be fair. I think it is $2.50. But yeah. Serge Lutens looks like a French emo brand. Yes. Rich for Prime Minister, you would make fragrances cheaper. That's right. Take the VAT off fragrances, Dino. I absolutely love Papyrus font. Thankfully, no well brand has used it. Oh, brace yourself, JJ. Just by the law of averages, it might happen one day. Amos love fragrance, I think, says Bob. Don't know what that means. I was just thinking the same thing about the bottles. Says Josiah. Emos love fragrance, I think. Emos. They're like dark vetivers, like fucking Encre Noir would be like a goth's dream. Narciso Rodriguez for him would be a goth dream. That's a good idea for a video. Top 10 goth fragrances. We've all had emo moments in our lives. Let's not take the piss here. You might be onto something there, says Cowboy Crunchies. Since Creed were bought out, they use Orange Square to sell the fragrances. So I don't know how long that's going to last for. I've got to be honest, I smelled that Windflowers or Wildflower. I think it's Windflowers the other day, and I just thought, Christ, this could be on any other stall in the department store. It doesn't smell like a Creed. JJ says to Lily, agreed. Aye, for some reason, I've never been compelled to go full bottle with NG. Funny that. I've got two. I've got Iris Sandra and I've got Bois d'Assis. Iris Sandra, I wore it. I think it'll be in the rotation this week. I wore it this week. I think on Tuesday. Fucking loved it. Absolutely beautiful. Like, it really is very good. Spy and Mash read in the news. Tom Ford are looking for buyers. Oh dear. Or Estee Lauder getting rid of them, are they? Send me a decant. No, you're not in the UK. BlackRock are all about the money. Yeah, that's the business, isn't it? I just find the new bottles not a bad price. Yeah. If you can get them, if you like the Graziels as well, you know, you can get the Graziels at discounters, especially in the UK. You can get them like half price at discounters. I mean, yeah, like Fil and Agile. I've got three of the old bottles of Fil and Agile, right? And you can get a Graziel 100ml for cheaper than you can get a 50ml of the old Fil and Agile. I got the first couple of those bottles of Fil and Agile because I wanted them to go with the rest of the. This is another thing. Like this is me. This is purely a me thing. But all my Serge Lutons are the old style bottles, apart from Cuir Maresque, Borneo 1834, and Fumery Turk. Because I wanted to keep all of my Serge Lutons in the same bottles, you know. That was a right kick in the boots for the collector in us. It's no rational thing. And then I got to the point where I was like, I'd like a bottle of Cuir Maresque. Do you know there was a half full bottle of a 50ml, so it was about 25 to 30 mils of Cuir Maresque in the old style bottle. Somebody wanted 225 quid for it on eBay, and I thought, you can go and fuck right off, mate. There is not a chance I am paying that. Not now, not ever. So I just went and got a Graziel for half the price. 100ml, twice, like 4 times as much. The differences aren't that big. I refuse to believe it. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I was outraged. I would love one of the old style bottles, you know, just so it would go with the other ones that I've got. But them's the breaks, you know. That's life. I'm not paying that. Fucking hell, I'm a collector. I'm not that fucking, like, strange. Well, it's a bit different to talk about it versus reviewing it, but I get your point. I understand interference. I'm just not taking any. I'm just not going to. It's a shame, but I'm not going to. If I ever buy one, like, if I ever buy one, I'll turn around and tell you what I think of it, you know? Because I might want to back up. I might just, like, run out of it. I might drop it and break it, you know, and then buy one. I'd buy one without telling them. That's not a bad idea. The thing is, as well, it's not the only reason I don't want to talk about it. At the minute, I don't want to talk about it because it hasn't been released yet. You know? There's no note lists out there. There's no marketing out there. It's not available for anybody else to buy. Yes, it would be an exclusive. Yes, it would be a fucking... It would scratch a lot of itches for a lot of people, but no, he hasn't released it yet, so I won't be doing that. You can talk about La Squeeze on here on stream. Your audience pretty much know the deal, and it won't be an official review. Not most will sit through an entirety of a 4-hour live stream. Hopefully it won't be a 4-hour live stream, Lily. Bob says, I would not say it's shy. Fucking guy, 6'4". It's a big hockey stick. Good evening, says Flight and Gravity. Good evening to you, Flight and Gravity. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. Scent of the day is a Skal and Haiti. Beautiful. Been testing it out the last few days. It's like a brighter and sunnier Sycamore. Agreed. It is fantastic. It is a tremendous fragrance, that. Really good stuff. A Skal and Haiti. I've just ordered. This is one of the things I've just bought. I've just bought a bottle of a Skal and Indonesia. 10% of the formula is ambergris, and it is real ambergris. I'm looking forward to that, I can tell you. Eugene says the internet is down across Canada. Would love to hang out and listen to Rich talk shite, but I don't think the drugstore appreciates me riding off their Wi-Fi, bastards. Eugene has broke the internet. Buongiorno, Eugene. Cowboy Crunchy says, I remember the days if you want to get a Creed, you could get them from either Harrods, Selfridges, or Harvey Nichols. Used to be really difficult getting Creed in the UK. Used to be exclusive. Do you know, I remember the days of Creeds being 150 quid on Notino. I bought 2 bottles of Green Irish Tweed from Notino, 145 quid, 100 mil, 120 mils. Crazy, mad to think about, isn't it? JJ says, I didn't even mind it so much when they removed the Palais Royal logo and added the Serge Luton. I preferred the Palais Royal. I thought it looked cooler. That's all. I've got a lot of Vetiver Orientals in the Palais Royal. I've got about 5 bottles of that in the Palais Royal. Spy and Mash, not surprised, says Rudy. Estee Lauder have completely put the brand 6 foot under. Yeah, they've pretty much hurt the brand, haven't they? Lol, Mitch. True. Get better soon. It's Caillou. I genuinely am not interested, says it's Caillou. I enjoy brands like the perfumer as the owner and the seller. And you can understand the artist through their scent stories. Yeah. I don't care about a brand that paid some people to do all the work. All the 50 ml were glorious, says Cowboy Crunchy. JJ says to Caillou, do you like Lorenzo Viorese? I like Lorenzo Viorese. I've got Sandalo and I've got Patchouli. I am liable to buy a patchouli from any Italian brand. I absolutely love what the Italians do with patchouli. Don't think I've smelled a bad one apart from the fucking Blanc 1920 fiasco. Royal Patchouli was immense. Go and watch that video if anybody's interested. I was deeply upset by that. I'm not raw, but I don't lie awake at night and think to myself, oh. But you know what I mean? Like, I won't buy anything else off them ever again. You can't trust the box to be the same as the fucking package. Says on the box eau de toilette, and they sell you a fucking eau de parfum like inside the bottle's an eau de parfum, but it says eau de toilette on the box. That's illegal. A little something extra for us loyal ducklings, says Bob, is what Lily is talking about. Me, I can wait. Caillou does not like the Lorenzo Viorese. JJ says to Caillou, okay, what examples of perfume aromas do you like? Say my Instagram, says Caillou. Caillou, you're a charmer, Caillou. Caillou's charming the socks off, JJ. Excuse me, I feel my voice getting gravelly. Excuse me. Suga, Motif Olfactif, Centauri, Yassine, Rising Phoenix, Wild Coast, House of Matriarch, Gather, Riche Lador, so on and so forth. I haven't heard so on and so forth for years. Mint. Get in. Canada has shut down the internet. That's disturbing on this Friday. I don't know, maybe they've just had like one of their matrix problem things. You're so behind, lol, says Floral. Sorry, Lily. I think I commented on a video one time. Really good, sir. He is, lol. Good day, Mitch, says Logandam. Welcome. Scent of the day is Profumo Roma, another brand I like from Italy, which does an amazing patchouli. Dulcis in Fundo. Guy says, lol, okay, JJ, the guy who followed me, we're not going to get Larry, are we? The guy who followed me messaged me, then you followed me when I didn't follow back. Boots are evil to work for. Creed in boots. Lagging damn good day. Maybe I felt like you were an arrogant prick, says JJ. I'm unfollowed. I think if you block me after, oh, that's been deleted. Wow, I'm so far behind. That's incredible. Okay, because you came off as a right cunt. Still do. Lol. According to JJ. Down to Muscat, of course not. I love me an emo girl. Rich, says Bob, getting my first Hermesis on the 15th. That's right. Brenda will is used. Got a huge decant in the meantime. Very excited. I paid $100 for Serge Noir Graziel. Lol. Yeah, that's fucking theft, isn't it, really? Mitch, besides the moon, what are your 3 favorite current Julian Rascanet fragrances? Russian Tea, Iris Cendre, and something else. I can't remember. Sorry, Lagandam. Field came up on Mercari months ago for $100 and I missed out on a full bottle. I was angry for a week. Christ, on a bike, I'd be fucking ill. I'd need to go to hospital for that one. My man, JJ Galen's Willy Wonka fizzy lift description had me at the start. If you leave says, can we take it? If you are helping people in the UK sample Eugene's brand, that the uncertainty around shipping to the UK has been resolved, Rich. No, you cannot take it as that. I was sent 2 bottles. One bottle was for me, the other bottle was to decant and send people samples of. So as far as getting bottles into the UK, I don't know. I said to Eugene, like, there could be a method by which I could distribute them for him. If he wants, people would have to pay him, and then I would just ship them to people in the UK if he sent us like 10 bottles through a news or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he's found a way to do it. I don't know. That hasn't been resolved still. His brand's probably not going to be out for another month yet, at least. So, you know, they still haven't left France yet, man. Is the new version of Feeling Agils worth it? Yes. I would have thought so, yes. Cowboy Crunchies. Hi, Rich in chat. Hi, Prof. Melvin. Hi, Melvin, says Bob. Lagandam says, I'm not too comfortable with buying from Mercari. Do you absolutely trust them? Adam D. Lurpak butter for £9.75. That's for a kilo, by the way. President Butter for the win. Yes, the Aldi's own brand of I think it's called Dane Pack or something like that. It's fucking exactly the same. Clones in food are different to clones in perfume. Do as I say, not as I do. You're already an hour behind, lol. I still have to leave for dinner. I will see all of you when I get back, says Lily. Still here, lol. Still at work. Says Prof. Melvin, did you still see the price for a Dior FK trio? Yes, I did. We know about this. It's a pain in the arse. Rudy says, lag. Yeah, no problem. Just have to make sure everything checks out. Any problems, send it right back. That's right. Top 5 girl on that come to mind. Go. No. Josiah Sanchez, hey Rich, do you think you'll pick up Nuita Bakelite or not for you? I picked up a sample I had and loved it. I think I might have to add it to my to-buy list. I really quite like it. I'm just terrified that tuberose is going to turn white fucking floral on us at some point, and I do not like white florals. I don't think that's ever going to change. White florals remind me of fucking a very specific fucking events. Anuj is here. Welcome, Anuj. The internet and phone lines across Canada should be back up and running by the time Richard catches up in the live chat. Christ, I'm trying. Lol, Anuj. Bry. Mouchoir de Monsieur, Habit Rouge, Après Lundi, Amitsuka Le Bleu EDP, my personal top 5. Bob says, Tonka Imperial created Beluga, you fill in the rest. Have you reported Bois 1820 to Interpol yet? No. Because I've never heard of Bois 1820. It's 1920, you Burke. Yep, no derby. Shoot me, says JJ. I shall not shoot you. Did anybody see the Japanese Prime Minister, the former Japanese Prime Minister got assassinated today? Shinzo Abe. That was fucking horrific. Double-barreled homemade shotgun. Blown away on the street. Rotten. Gunman said he shot him because he was frustrated with Shinzo Abe. I thought, fucking hell, mate. You didn't want to see the new Serge Luton bottles or you'll fucking murder thousands. That was frustrating. Jesus Christ. Didn't murder a former Prime Minister, though, did I? Barbara. Oh, Galen, is Bryn discontinued, sir? Yes, I believe it is. I think it's raining. No, it's not. It's just getting a bit windy. Bob, a very trusty source, said it likely has been, along with a few others, but I haven't seen anything else. Yes, I'm reliably informed by the same trusty source that it's gone, along with a couple. I think Newgate Porcelain's discontinued as well. I'd have to look it up. Picked up a few unicorns from a Canadian who wouldn't charge me eBay prices. What a breath of fresh air. Yes, that's right, interference. A good amount have been discontinued, I think, says Bry. Wada Sassis, yes. Or Da Assis. Thanks, dudes. A righteous, honest cunt, though, says Caillou, and a pretty one at that. It certainly likes a good turtle. I'm a big fan. Bryn, Paprika Brazil. Yes, that's another one. Vaniga, Lant, Mugi, Porcelain, Iris, Yukioe are gone from what I'm aware of. Yes, I think he's right. Paprika Brazil, I bought a bottle just in time. Wow, Dior raised prices again in America. 125ml bottles are now $310. That's criminal. Dior can now piss off like girl on. Fucking LVMH. Yes, correct, Rudy. That is fucking scandalous. Caillou says, sorry I wasn't interested in anything you had to say. Smile. Hope you all have a great weekend. I'm out of here. Bye, Caillou. Caillou, don't let the door. You're a good Lord split you. Never heard that before. Bryn does not last past its strong opening, but I do love it. You know which light one lasts is Rosa Cabana. Strong performance. I see, Bry. Thanks. JJ asks, Rudy, are you serious? Yeah, I quit, lol. Yeah, I'm not paying that. Mike says, I'm not looking forward to the new Navitas pricing. They might bring it down at this point. Rudy, what are Dior inflating prices in real time? Galen says to Bob, maybe that's in high heat issue. My Bryn has decent staying power. I say Bryn seemed to last quite well on me. Dior went from 220 to 250 for 125ml. They just raised prices months ago. Another $60 fucking for garbage perfume. I agree. That was sad, says Adam. Rachel, welcome. How are you? I've been spraying it like mad, Galen. Great to hear your side, though. I'm still testing. Time really sheesh. Yes, Rachel. Hi, Joseph. I hope the preview line goes under. I think all the recent ones, the last ones from the last few years, have been crap to a man. I've got to be honest. I don't rate them. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Andy, that's crazy. Where's Andy? Who's Andy? Rachel, hi, my friend. Oh, I'm back up. I'm fucking caught up, man. Hi, my friend. Andy, lol. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Dior douches. Is that how you spell douche? Hey, Rachel, did you enjoy your Essence Milano trip? Did you go to Essence? Essence? Sorry, really stupid order. I was going to say, who's Andy? I didn't go to Essence this year. I thought not. I did the online one last year. This year I went to WPC in Miami and I loved it. All figured, Rachel. I am going to go to the bathroom. If you give me 2 minutes, please. Ooh, I might take some tablets while I'm sitting up. Let's have a look at you. Let's have a look. Yes, I do need to take some tablets. Excuse me whilst I medicate. Josiah is saying naughty words, apparently. That's ridiculous. Dior can fuck off. Yes, Dior can fuck off. I do beg your pardon, that was outrageous. It's like 10 o'clock at night. It's still light enough to read the newspaper outside. It's ridiculous. You drive around without your lights on. Although the police would probably stop you and say, would you put your bloody lights on, you tick? Wow, that was big hydration. Right, I really am going to the bathroom this time. It was 2 minutes. The little woolen man. Welcome back, friends. I have returned. I might have to strike a candle, but I'm afraid that some moths might be attracted to the flame. It's that time of year when the moths are about, you know. If you like leave a light on at night, you can't keep your window open lest they attack like fucking locusts. Let's have a look. I'm currently burning my Penhaligon's Earl Grey candle. It smells fucking nothing like Earl Grey tea. There must be another Earl Grey who smelled like roses and musk, because that's what it smells like. It's burning my thumb. There we go. Woof. Let's have a look what's going on here. I'll shut my curtains, will I? I don't know why. It's fucking broad daylight. Good God. Good God. There's a fucking spider. Well, you're going outside. I won't kill it. Some people don't like killing spiders, but I'm not having it lurking about in the room. Sorry, spider, but you must go. Of that, there can be no doubt. Ooh. Oh. It is gone. You will be pleased to know I disposed of it in a humane fashion. And now here's a moth. And the moth is gone. Tremendous. How humane. I do logically know that spiders are actually like good for because they get rid of flies, which aren't good for it. Flies are completely fucking pointless. But I still have that thing, that human thing where like spiders are like, whoa, you're going to creep onto us and kill us. I don't have that. Oh, the moth is back. Fuck off. Fucking moth. Oh, there's another spider. No, this one's going to die. Fucking nightmare, that, you know. You try to deal with them humanely. Fuck, I come straight back in. This is my town, bitch. Oh well. That was an ordeal. Okay, where are we? Let's have a look. Where are we? Well figured, Rachel. Hi, Rich. Doing well. Hook glad. That's ridiculous. Don't fuck off. That's correct. 90% of those pre-vape perfumes should be in the regular line for $100 a bottle. Agreed. Really, that's exactly right. Lagandam says to Rachel, oh, great one too, I'm sure. Don't know why I thought your photos were from Milana. Rudy says Dior will be destroying a lot of bottles or they'll end up on discounters. Yeah. JJ says it looks like I probably won't be getting any Dior bottle anytime soon. You and me both. Unless we can find like a vintage Eau Noir or something like that. That said, I've already got a fucking shitload of Eau Noir. Lol, no worries. I think everyone went to Essence. It was so crowded. Testing a bunch of samples, says Interference. Wild Assis has that barbecue profile that I'm not a fan of. I don't get barbecue from it, but I do know what you mean by barbecue profile. Reminds me of that Atelier des Ors fragrance. Which one? Great Canage was the last of the great Privé releases. I tend to agree, says Spaced Out. After that, I pretend the Privé line doesn't exist. Yeah. JJ says being in Florida in the middle of summer sounds horrific. Absolutely. Maybe next year, lol. In the middle of summer, in the middle of winter would be all right. Crocodiles and stuff in Florida, isn't there? Flight and Gravity says $310 for 125 ml is insane when the 250 is $420. Am I just bad at math, or does that not make sense? They just want you to buy more. They just want you to buy more, mate. It was humid as hell, says Rachel, but the evening sea breeze helped a lot. JJ says a lot of the more recent ones have been ripped to shreds in reviews. They all seem hastily thrown together from what I've heard. Yeah, that's what they smell like. There hasn't been a lot of care taken. That's just what they sound like. I have all of the good Diors already, says Rudy. Cologne Blanche I just won't buy. I will not pay $3.10 for a citrus fragrance. No. Very little about Dior makes sense these days, says Rachel. Flight and Gravity says Tabacalor and Veneer Diorama are very uninspired. Yeah, I agree. Spaced Out says to Rudy, it's a unique almondy powdery citrus, nothing like your usual citruses. Rachel says, Joseph, they smell that way. Rich, don't kill it. I didn't. I merely threatened it, and then it left. I picked up Santal Noir recently. There are days I really enjoy it, and there's some where it's too loud. I sort of liked Santal Noir until I smelled that kind of dark, smoky amber thing in the base, and I was like, oh, fuck off. Dark, smoky, woody amber thing, and it's just like, fucking blah, 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 blah. I picked up Santal Noir. Is there a deal? Sorry, I'm sure it is, but not for that price. I'll buy it secondhand for $200. Thank you for setting it outside. The duck doesn't like arachnids. Well, I mean, I've got that sort of like healthy fear of spiders. No, I don't like spiders, if I'm honest. Outside, they're fine. That's their environment. Inside, that's my house. Get out. Eugene, has Castro brought back your internet yet, mate? I don't understand what that means. Yeah, I like spiders because they eat bugs. Anyone tries Jasmine d'Ange? No, but I've heard about it. Spray it with Balenciaga. I shall do no such thing. I love spiders. I actually love arthropods in general, says JJ. Seems like Mitch is having an insect invasion. Poor guy. Hopefully not. But there was a moth and a fucking spider dangerously close to each other. I thought, run away, moth, he's going to eat you. You won't like getting hit by a cane spider when you're sleeping, Miss NG. Oh, that sounds unpleasant, Bob. Rye says, yeah, we'll not be paying $310 for that Cologne Blanche. The spider didn't get the slipper treatment because there are witnesses, says A to Z. It was a little spider as well, to be fair to it, like. Rich is filming the direct-to-DVD sequel to the movie Arachnophobia. News, you're dating yourself there with direct-to-DVD, mate. L'Homme Ideal Cologne is supposed to be pretty similar to it at like 2 times less the price. I mean, 2 times less? You're talking at like a third of the price, if that. A news lol. Were you a bouncer, Rich? Certainly not. Both citrus almond. JJ says cane spiders are mostly bark and almost no bite from what I know of them, much like most huntsman spiders. I got the same barbecue from Bois Sicard, says Interference. I know what you mean, says Rudy. Fuck, I'm behind again. Big time. I try it, quite enjoyed it. Not worth an insane price tag, but it's really nice, says Spaced Up. Alan Hansen says, I get barbecue from one of the newer Aqua de Palmas, Oud and Spice. I really like their Colonia Mirror. That shit is fire. It is beautiful. JJ says too much birch tar does that. It's supposed to be used in traces, but there's some serious tomfoolery with some of these perfumers, I must say. Bob says, enjoying my Feb and ambering away more and more as time passes, despite what Rudy keeps telling me. Bloody good pair of well, ambering away's great, like fucking Feb's okay. I have to try my sample of Oud and Spice's Interference. I don't remember the barbecue. I got barbecue too from one or more of the Imaginary Authors releases. That cherry and Feb, so good. Not sure. Tobacco Law could have been amazing, but the blending of that perfume seems like it came from an amateur perfumer. All as I get is peach syrup. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Like, I remember Eugene saying that he thought like the stuff Demaché made is like really well made. And I thought, well, I mean, it doesn't smell unfinished. It just smells rushed. You know what I mean? It just smells like fucking. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It just smells like fucking meh. Josiah, what should I make for dinner tonight? I had a steak. Vegetables are always good and healthy, says Rachel. Rudy says Amber and Away is fantastic. Fev just smells like perfume for 12-year-old girls. I sort of lean more towards that than Bob's take, if I'm being perfectly honest. JJ says, fun fact, the only two Dior Privé collection I've actually smelled are Oud Isfahan and Leather Oud. No full bottles. I do not care for Oud Isfahan. I've got the old Leather Oud, though. Fantastic. Oud Isfahan, again, got that dark, smoky, woody amber thing going on, and it's... Nah, that's what they use, like the synthetic oud shit. Hello, Mr. Duck, says Barry Atrion. Hope you're hunky-dory. I'm about as hunky-dory as I'm going to be. Prof. Melvin says, all right, leaving for home. I need a drink. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend, Professor. Josiah says, there will definitely be veg. Flight and Gravity. Maybe Dior thinks that justifies him raising the prices because FK is creative director now. They can fuck off with that shit. I think they're just putting them up because they've seen like a small reduction in their fucking profit margin due to the fucking pandemic. That's what they're doing. I have a couple of Gulf releases on each hand, Qatar and UAE. There's this weird persistent smell from Qatar that I can't identify. What do you think of those? I have no idea what either of those mean. Who by? What is fire? Say again. I missed the name of the scent. I don't know. What is fire? Which one are you talking about? Rich, clean this chat up. The bashing is unjust. The bashing is just. One man's bashing is another man's truth. LVMH raised prices because they did it with Girl On is to blame. They all copy each other. It's just an unvirtuous circle either. Interesting, says Rachel. Wrench, says Bob. Bob wants the wrench, says Rudy. Amber and Away, I really enjoy, says Dana. Barry Atrion says zoologist should do spider for you, Duck. Certainly shouldn't. I love Oud Isfahan. Stuff lasts easily 12 plus hours. If I ever find an OG 2012 bottle, I would be so happy. Yes, you've got to remember in the last 10 years, Isfahan has suffered with chronic climate trouble. And the rose does not grow as it should or did. And whatever you think of fucking climate change and all of that, Patter, that's what happened. So the rose isn't growing because the climate in Isfahan has changed and it is not now ideal for that rose to grow. And so the quality of the rose has gone through the fucking floor and they don't use a fucking decent oud. Apparently the first year's bottle of Oud Isfahan is the only one to own, like. Because apparently after that it turned to shit. Let's say you met Lamar at 19, he was 25. Smells like rotting fruit and blood. Yikes. Your fave, Roger. No, I've never smelled them. There's a little Roger counter sort of thing popped up in H Beauty. Smelled a few of them. Overpriced. Barry Atrion, yes. Oud Isfahan I like because of the rose. The rose is a beautiful transparency. A to Z says, Donnell Icon Absolute in the gold metal container has a synthetic screechy oud. Yeah, it does. It's more like it's more like a patchouli, isn't it? JJ says, does anyone miss making a stink? Yes, they deleted or they privated all their videos. It's a shame. I quite liked that channel. I don't know where they went or why. Testing Papillon Hera as well. I'm getting violet from it, but it's not listed, says interference. It's funny when that happens, isn't it? Joseph, I missed them. Whatever happened to it? Climate engineering, you mean to say? No, I don't mean to say climate engineering. What do you think of Nishane from what you smelled? I bought Patchouli Koza. And that was one of the perfumes I've bought in this last week. Patchouli. You know, just love it. So I bought that. Found one at half price. If you're in the UK and you're looking for niche fragrances, there's a discounter called Sea Sense, SEE. So if you look up Sea Sense and you're in the UK, they are doing niche fragrances, loads of different niche houses at fucking very good fucking prices. So not sponsored, not an advert, but they were really sound with us when I rang them up and asked for a fucking extra 10% off, and they let us down very gently. But I did, I was going to buy a 200ml tester of Coeur de Jean's Oud, and it's 415 in the shop, and they had it for 265. And I thought that's pretty fucking good, that, like. But there we are. Rich, interesting. Oud Isfahan last 12 hours on me too. Sadly, that's 11 and a half hours too long for me. Quite. I never liked that one very much, I've got to say. I sprayed a blotter with Lamal from a sample and had to throw it away outside my home. That crap spread through my whole house. It's a complete chemical mess. How it got so big, I don't get. I never liked Lamal. I've never liked Lamal. It's one of the classics I don't own. But I agree with you, Rudy. It's fucking bonkers, like. Interference, I get some violet too, says Rachel. Rachel, controversy to the tune of Prince. Well, it's okay, we still have wafts from the loft. That's right, we do. Oh. It's like the Fast. You ever see the Fast show? Where they're like, oh, suits you, sir. That's what they're like, isn't it? It's, oh. Rachel. Interference, says Rachel. Might be the iris, similar to the iris violet combo and Kia Canaja. Knees 10. I can't wait for autumn when I can wear Knees 10 again. Fucking what a perfume. I get from Hera a sort of violet orris blend, says Rachel. Bariatrion says, I'm so happy you like Patchouli Koja. I do. I really like it. I liked it enough I bought a bottle. Fabulous. Rudy says, couple reviewers don't work, just like bands don't work. They eventually break up. Oh, is that what happened? I didn't know they broke up. I bought Silver Stem, Dior Homme, the bottle DHI and Armani Oud Royale. I usually have fragrances I want to buy in Fragrantica and I stick to that. Yeah, I've got like, mind you, my wanted list on Fragrantica is about fucking 500 strong. Which is ridiculous because I don't want like 90% of them. I think I just put them there as like to try. So that's a bit of a pig, like. Yes, I'm thinking same, says Rachel. JJ says my roast, excuse me, whilst I yawn, sorry. I do beg your pardon, that's outrageous. JJ says, my most recent score, Santal Messiah, for a lovely discount. I've got a big bottle of Santal Messiah. Haven't worn it for a while, actually. I got a big 200ml bottle. I think I paid about 170 quid for it. More than half the retail price, yeah. I think you'd like Munegu from their original releases too. Outrageous. I think Rich knows every fragrance site. Do you know if you're looking for cheap fucking... I know you're in the UK. If you're looking for... niche fragrances at a discount, they're a pretty good site. They haven't got everything, but they've got a pretty decent offering. Like Interference, you have me curious about patchouli kosher, Rich. I own quite a bit of Nishane, and we'll have to check that one out. I really like it. I really liked Sultan Vetiver. I fucking loved that. But the dry down, like the real dry down, the far dry down, what you're left with is fucking just like amberwood. That's all it is, and it's fucking devastating. If it continued on in the same way that the opening and the mid goes, it would be fucking sensational. You'd see it every week. Because the vetiver in that's absolutely stunning. But the far dry down is absolutely ridiculous, ludicrous. Just tails off, falls apart. Lol, Bobby, Jesus keeps the lofts together. A question for you. Where do you find the Les Indomitables in the UK? I actually buy them straight from their website, Bariatrion. They'll ship to you, mate. I buy them straight off the Les Indomitables website. JJ, all right, my people, I must head off. Give my regards to Rich when or if he returns. God almighty, I must be far behind, am I? Oh, no. Well, regards to you as well, JJ Colburn. Goodbye. Dino says, if you asked that before Brexit, Les Santas sold it. Not now. That's true. I actually asked Les Santas and they said, yeah, we can't stock it anymore. It's a pig because of Brexit. Time to musk up. Rudy says, that's not a fact. That's just what I think happened with them. We don't know if they've split up. Okay. Flight and Gravity says, Nishane is pretty good, but reviewers keep talking about the same 2 or 3 frags. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass when they do that. It's one of the reasons I like sample sets. As well, again, today I bought myself a sample set of Santa Maria Novella fragrances. Woof. My mom says, woof. So that is something that we're going to look forward to. They also included a sample of their new fragrance called L'Iris, which is like L'Iris. Forgive my absolutely chronic pronunciation. Which I'm really looking forward to as well. Santa Maria Novella are come highly recommended by a few people. Interference, excuse me. Sorry, Interference says Manugu. I sampled a while back and recoiled from its animalicness. That was before my nose started maturing, though, and I tried it because of Sebastian. I'd like to test it now. Yeah, it's funny when that happens, when you try something that makes you like, what? Like, happened to me with Amen. First time I tried Amen, I was like, who the fuck would wear something that smells like that? It's absolutely fucking repulsive. And then I went back and smelled it again. By about the 4th or 5th time, I'd bought a bottle. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird how it happens, isn't it? Incidentally, I didn't like salt and vetiver at all. That fucking dry down's chronic. It's fucking awful. Stephen and Max would never review from a church something about the thou shalt not bear false witness. Outrageous. Have that, Mike V. Oh dear. What are your top 3 Nishane's interferences, Log and Dam? Thanks, Rich, says Dino. No problem. Many of those fragrances would be great if they would just burn off after 8 to 10 hours. But because they overload them with amberwood after 8 hours, all you get is amberwood for another 8 hours. Yeah. Yeah. That's absolutely spot on, to be fair. Adam says, I admire your commitment. No slow mode in the chat. Mate, I wouldn't know how to put that on if I fucking tried. Let's have a look. Nope. No idea, mate. Amberwood makes me recoil. Yeah, it's rough, isn't it? Amberwood is the reason why I'm loving vintage perfume right now, says Rudy. Yeah. Everything's sort of like massively, like Amberwood's like the new, like, Amberwood's like the new Aventus, like blue sort of DNA, isn't it? You know, like this like period in time. You know how every sort of like 5 years there's sort of like a note or a DNA that sort of sums up perfume. You know, like cologne was that for a while, and then fucking like ambroxan was it for a while, and like all these sort of different chemicals. At the minute, it seems to be amberwood. Like, hopefully they get over the hard on that they've got for it and move on with the rest of their lives. Lagandam, fan your flame, saffron colonized. I quite like saffron colonized as well, I must admit. Is it colonize? Is it colonize or is it colonize? I think it's colonize, but it is quite nice. Amberwood is the reason why. Oh, yeah, I've read that. Sorry. Rachel says Santa Maria Novella. Clap. Excited to hear your review. Did you get a sample of Classic O? Is that the right name? The one that smells of classic cars and petrol? I don't know. I just bought the sample set that they have. I don't think it's in there. I was really, really, really wanted to try the patchouli, and it wasn't in there, and I was fucking raging. Because, like I said before, I love everything. I love that what the Italian houses do with patchouli. Don't think I've ever smelled an Italian patchouli I didn't love. To be fair, I should probably stop buying them, like, because there's a sort of DNA. Usually they've got like a honey sort of thing going on as well. So it smells like goopy and thick and syrupy and sweet. Lovely. Pat Lester. Welcome, Pat Lester. How are you? My scent of the day is Geranium Pour Monsieur. Yours is Louder for Men, a personal favourite. A perfect spring-summer fragrance, I agree. The juniper in that's absolutely fucking beautiful, like. Interference says, I was in LA and visited the Santa Maria Novella store there, picked up Tobacco Toscano. That is in my sample set, as is a couple of rose ones. So I'm looking forward to smelling that. My only wish is that Dior makes Mitzer in 40ml. Maybe they will. That was a Francois Demachy, was it not? Alan Hansen says amber wood and Akigala wood. Yeah. I thought Akigala, is Akigala wood not like a natural thing though? Any more thoughts on Fougere Nobile, Rich? There's a very good chance I'm going to buy that if you want the truth. Absolutely beautiful. I would have bought it already if I didn't already have Zeno and Beau de Jour, which I need to wear. Interference, Lagandam and Interference are talking about Shani. I visited their stand in Istanbul's new airport and I only loved Ambra Calabria. I think it's pronounced Colagnese. I'll take your word for interference and try and pronounce it like that myself. That's a nice green amber. Lagandam on that too. Rudy says, to be honest, I hope at this point H24 is the new style in perfume. Hope green perfume comes back into style. I'd rather wear H24 than 95% of what's coming out. I mean, as far as new fragrances is concerned, at least Hermes has released something different. Even though I don't like H24 because of the metallic vibe. I thought it was nasty a little bit because I really don't like the metallic stuff. It's the same as white florals. I just don't like it. And there's no accounting for taste. But I do accept your point. I do get what you're saying. Anyone tried Tom Ford White Patchouli? Yes, I really like it, but it is a little bit different. They've just got rid of the 50 mils or the 100 mils, one of the two sizes. It is very good though, and like a man can wear it as well. Although it's more feminine than like a lot of patchoulis. Scent of the night is going to be Pavarotti, says Mike, slowly creeping up to be one of my faves in my collection. I'm glad you are enjoying it, my lord. I absolutely fucking love it. Like, I haven't worn it for a while. Weather has not permitted. Time to musk up. I'm being forced to like H24. That's right. You're being forced into it by all the other crap that's on the market. Interference says Tobacco Toscano is in the same vein as Aramis Tobacco Reserve. More of a green leaf tobacco versus burned. Really blew my socks off. Wish it was stronger. Aki Gallowwood is patchouli with all the good dirty parts taken out. Oh no. Per Fragrantica, says Alan Hansen. Saki Gallowwood, a synthetic molecule reminiscent of patchouli with a hint of pepper and fine agarwood. Me too, Mike V. Definitely a duck influence for me, says Interference. It's a great perfume. It really is, like, fucking brilliant, like. Hi, Ducky and all. Hello, Carl. I hope your leg's alright. I watched Carl streaming earlier on. He was playing some Turtles. It was quite good. Reminded me of Streets of Rage. Alan Hansen says, I'm not saying that I dislike Aki Gallowwood, but it's overused at the moment. Amberwood and Cologne are like kryptonite for me, says Flight and Gravity. The only Cologne fragrance I can wear now is New West. That is a Aramis fragrance, New West, isn't it? Wesley Garlic, hello. Good morning, Frag Hags. Just waking up for the day. Good morning. I'll be going to bed in a minute. Well, I am in bed, but I'll be going to sleep in a minute. Mr. Hansen, what reservations have you made for tonight? Sushi, perhaps? Requests Bob. Interference, likewise. Never would have I heard of it if it wasn't for Rich, says Mike V. Well, I am glad I could bring you some joy through the power of Pavarotti. Dino says, what amouage do you like, Rich? So I've got two amouage. One is Diamant. My bottle was made no man. God knows what that means. It's not. I don't think it's a really old bottle, but it's made no man. It's still got a magnetic cap. And the other one is Jubilation 25, which I genuinely think is one of the best perfumes of the century. What a fragrance that is, by the way. Rudy says, I gotta be honest, but I just wore my Royal Oud and I don't like it anymore. Julian's fucking amber when the dry down is all I smell. Oh, Julian, you bastard. Bob says, lots of dining in the Park City Mountains. Oh, an average Joe, welcome. How are you? I hear you had an accident. I hope you're all right. Manly Sense says, hey, I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Good song. I love that movie. I love The Big Lebowski. It's one of the best fucking films, honestly. Rudy, Bobby, and rest of chat. Hey, Manly, says Joe. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? Yes, Joe, tell us how you're doing. Rudy, oh no, that's a masterpiece. Is your bottle of vintage or a newer release? Manly says, hey, Joe, sorry to hear about the accident. Yankee boy, Joe, happy Friday. Hi, Rudy. Yeah, 25 is great, but I don't know how the current version is. I don't know. I don't know either. Alan says, I overrated breakfast. I most certainly do have reservations regarding dinner this evening. Rachel, I like that. I like that. I like a bit of wordplay, I must admit. For Amouage, says Rachel, I like Jubilation, Ubar, Honor, and Reflection. Are all these the men's or the women's versions? That's the thing with Jubilation. That's the thing with Amouage. They release almost all of their fragrances the same name, but for men and for women. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to clarify, Rachel. Rudy says, Lag and Dam, it's a 2017 bottle, so 100 ml. Oh, no wonder it's shite. I'll have to sample older stuff, I agree. Lag on. Oh, Joe says, Adam, I'm okay, just so. Pinched a nerve. Dealing with some more paperwork. Oh, no. Thanks, Adam and Duck. What happened, Joe? If you don't mind us asking. Is it like, I'm not on any other social media. The first I found out about it was when people would comment on your video asking if you were okay. Rudy says, pinpointing amberwood has destroyed a lot of perfume for me. Yeah. My shoulder has a setback. Oh dear. Joey had another accident. Shit, certainly did. Lagendam says to Rudy, is not too new. It should be good. Maybe your taste is slowly shifting. Probably 4th of July car accident, I think so, which isn't bad. I wish I hated more perfume, says Rudy. Yeah. Rachel says, for Amouage, Jubilation men and women, Honor women, Ubar men, Reflection both men and women. Wow. Apparently everybody goes crazy about that lyric women. I think I might have to try that. Oh. I liked Amouage Sunshine, both versions, and Bracken Man. I liked Sunshine Man. I must admit, I did like it. I wasn't expecting to, but I just put off buying it. Like, it's got a very strange sort of vibe going on. It's got that milky sort of thing. Welcome, Enrico Vasquez. Do you have Patchouli Nobile? No, but I'm looking at fucking getting a sample of it. That didn't have it on. They didn't have it for sale at Javois when I was ordering the samples, and then I looked today and they've actually got it back in samples. So I'm looking forward to ordering a sample of it. Rachel says, Joe, wishing you a happy and speedy recovery. So am I. Lyric Woman is one of my favorite amouages. There it is, says Mike. Sorry to hear that. Hope you get better soon, says Josiah Sanchez. Oh dear, I just read car accident. Hope you're okay. Excuse me? Oh, sorry. Bob says, geez Louise, I'm sorry, Joseph. Be safe. Yes. So Joe says, car accident. The guy tried to do a U-turn in the middle of the road while I was heading home shooting for the Unaverage Patch video I recently released. What a bastard. Bastard. Lots of illegal use recently, says Interference. Rich, you got to try Overture for men and women. I actually like the women's more amazing stuff. Interesting. Maybe I will. Did anybody see Persila's interview with Renaud Samon the other day? Dying for somebody to leave a comment in the chat saying Chong was better. You get blocked. I'm pretty sure Persila's wouldn't put up with that. True or not. It's not as if the brand's gone from strength to strength since Samon's been there, let's be honest. Oh, excuse me. Lyric Woman is the best rose frag I've ever smelled, and I don't like many roses. Yeah, I've heard this. I can't stand Sunshine Man, says Interference. There's a note that kills it for me, and it's not Immortelle. And Average Joe says drunk. Yeah, so he was drunk. Dino, yeah. Overall, at least pinched nerve in neck and back. Messed with my shoulder I just had repaired too. The guy fled on foot after hitting me. I did get plates though. Happy days. Thank you all. Javois is pronounced like enjoy, by the way, Rich. I stole Brando and I clarified it in one of Seb's old videos, lol. Javois. So it's not Javois. Who the hell told me it was Javois? Javois. Oh well. Now I know, thank you. Dino says, have you bought anything off C-Sense, Rich? Got some good deals. I have just bought Patchouli Koza. So I will tell you what happens. Apparently it's arriving tomorrow, but I can't see that because it is a Saturday. Do you know what is this place with the deals? It's called C-Sense. For anybody in the UK. Take care, Joe. Howdy, people. Hello, Jack Dean. Hope you're well. Rachel says, yes, good interview with Salmon. I prefer their previous releases when Chong was there. Yeah, me too. C-Sense, Rich mentioned it if you're from the UK website. Thank you, Dino. No problem. I am caught up with the chat and just in time for the 2-hour mark. Happy days. Well, I'm going to bail. I hope you have all had a good time. Thank you for everyone who has liked and everyone who has commented. I appreciate that very much so. It has been a good night. I am tired now, extremely so, and my voice is going.
I saw somebody do like, I don't know how on average Joe did a fucking 24-hour stream. My voice goes after like 2 hours. It's ridiculous. Like, but thank you everybody. It's always nice to have a live stream and a good chat with you all. I hope you are well, and I will see you all again soon. Night night.